Dude, so do you see this about Adele?
What's that?
Adele asked Spotify to remove the default shuffle button for albums.
Yeah, get it out of there.
And they obliged.
I mean,
So,
I'm with
Wow.
Like, this is so rare because she's trying to bring back the album, the idea of the musical album, which doesn't exist really
the
anymore, right?
experience.
It's kind of died. And she actually says, so she wrote, we don't create albums with so much care and thought into our track listing, for no reason. So our art tells a story, and our story should be listened to as we intended. Wow, I mean, they were what they were saying 50 years ago, right?
Well,
why did it die?
My question is, why would you ever have a default shuffle button on anything? Well, like, don't you want to listen to shit in order?
Because
No.
Spotify, if you don't have premium, it's always default shuffle.
Really?
It is always.
I did not know that.
Unless you are on your computer, you cannot click and choose specific songs.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So, okay, I get that. So that's kind of cool. So they kind of force you. She's asking you to focus on listening it from beginning to end so she can tell her story, which I think is important for this specific album. Now, other pop stars, it doesn't matter because they're just, they get their couple big hits on the album and the rest is filler if they even have an album.
It's all just throw up peppered in with hits and then throw up.
Exactly. And it's just, let's try to get our big hits and then just have some other filler crap and move on.
Yeah, well, for a while there, a lot of songs I saw was intro for the first song and then outro for the last song, like M83, and a lot of rappers were doing that. And then we kind of moved to this, let's just have singles and then random ass songs that we've been making the last year.
Right.
And it's just a thing. Like even Donda and Certified Lover Boy, usually Kanye and Drake albums are a little bit more concept put together, strung together.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's just the modern day look at it. And I really appreciate actually Adele for going out and doing this because I'm an album person.
I am too. And I hope this continues, really.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, it's the opposite of hot garbage. But speaking of hot garbage, how about we get into some hot garbage?
Let's do it.
Hot garbage.
Hot garbage.
All right, Casey, what do we have for hot garbage this week?
Well, today we have a controversial one, which I'd maybe not consider hot garbage, but I'll go along with this. We have Wonderwall by Oasis. Let's check it out.
Okay.
All right, Jack. So why did you choose this for hot garbage?
No, I didn't choose this song. You chose this
You
song.
chose it.
Let's not lie here. Let's be real.
Justin, why did you choose this for hot garbage?
We were talking about it in generic or genuine because what number is it on all time?
Of all time.
All
on,
time.
On
Okay.
the legitimate Rolling Stone Top 500
It's legit.
songs, greatest songs of all time list, it is number 95.
All right.
Legit more like bullshit.
All right. So this song reminds me of Step Back Down from That Ledge, My Friend. That song, whatever
Yeah, so
lyrics
Third
it
Eye
is.
Blind, it's called Jumper.
Yeah, it's a great
Yeah.
song. And I'm waiting for my friend, that lyric, to show up in this
Right.
song.
Now, this came before that, just so we're clear.
I know, just so we're
Yeah.
all clear.
Right.
Wonderwall did show up before. It is a 1995 Brit pop song. It was more popular in
England,
Britain.
Australia. It went gold. The album, What's the Story, Morning Glory, went gold, which is 500,000 albums in the U.S., which is actually a lot lower than I thought because they were really popular. But in England, it went like 5 times platinum.
Yeah, correct.
So 5 million records plus. And then Australia went like 8 million. So globally, they're really liked.
It's a
The
beloved
U.S.,
song.
not as much.
Yeah, but they wrote it. They wrote the song.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a new genre at
Yeah,
the
the
time.
guitarist Noel Gallagher. So
Yep,
it's the Noel
correct.
and Liam's the lead singer. Those guys are like they're brothers, and they're notorious for their fights and everything.
Yep.
And Noel wrote the song, and apparently he didn't like it himself from the beginning. Like, I don't know.
It's kind of like it's a genuine song because they
Yeah.
wrote it.
Yeah.
They performed it.
Yeah.
It is them. It created a whole new
So,
fucking.
What don't you like
subgenre.
about it though? Let's break it down. Like, what are some characteristics that you don't like about it?
It's 95 on
Yeah.
Rolling Stones.
Okay, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay,
It should not
that
be
is
on there.
just number one.
Is it his like sort of like whiny-ish voice? I'm guessing.
One, that's number 2.
Okay.
Okay. And it's just such a generic, because it's not their fault that it's generic.
Sure.
Just like Sweet Child of Mine.
Yeah.
It's not its fault that it's generic.
Okay.
But it created so many. It's the replicatability of it.
Replicability.
That's a new word.
Yeah.
I like that word. Let's do it.
Yeah.
go with it.
Yeah. Yeah. But people can just replicate this sound over and over and over again.
Sure.
Oh,
So
yeah.
is it really actually genuine
Yeah.
if you can replicate it like that? And then that
Well-
right there is my reasoning that it's hot
Okay.
garbage.
Okay. I accept that's valid. Now, but someone has to be the originator too, right? So
Yeah.
if they originated that sound, then is it their fault that everyone replicated it? Is one thing to think about. Two,
But that's why it's
I-
genuine.
Yeah, I like the I always like the drum beat when I was coming up because it's got like this brushes
Yeah, it's brushes.
and it's
You
just like
plug your nose like maybe.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean Noel Gallagher, I'm sorry, Liam Gallagher's voice is definitely nasally as hell and like
Who's singing?
but I mean but also like Kurt Cobain's voice isn't great either, but I love the music, so
Right.
I get
Yeah,
that.
but that's
Okay.
the content then you're talking about.
Now, I think this song could have. I remember even at the time when it came out, because I was in high school and I was like meeting new people and like gaining a new clique of friends and like so it was an exciting time. And this album was kind of at the center of that. So I'm biased, right?
So you really like this song?
I like this album
the album
in general.
okay.
I think it's a great album. The song isn't my favorite song on the album. There's a few others that I like. But I think at the time when it came out, I feel like it was better than like someone looking back in retrospect and examining it, right?
Absolutely.
That's my thought. In context of the time that it came out, I think it was a good song.
right.
But I could see how someone younger
Yeah.
looking at it today would be like, yeah, this is like whiny and
very
like
generic.
it's
And then-
kind of generic.
Yeah, so I am giving it respect by saying
Yeah,
it's genuine.
are.
But then I'm kind of crapping on it by
Yes.
saying it's hot garbage. But all right, Jack, what's your perception on this one?
I'm kind of in the middle, like
Yeah.
I like this song, and I, especially when I was younger, I liked this song a lot,
Mm-hmm.
but I've listened to it so many goddamn times, dude, that I just don't
have I.
ever need to hear it again. Like, and that's where your point about it being generic or replicated many times is a strong point.
Oh yeah.
I can agree that like being the first one to do it gives it some validity and it also speaks to their musicianship.
Yep.
However, it's like I also look at some other aspects of it, like its lyrics, for example.
Yeah.
How about I read some?
Sure.
Today is going to be the day that they're going to throw it back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you got to do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way that I do about you now, yada, yada, yada. Backbeat, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never really had a doubt. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. I don't get what any of that
Yeah,
means.
I mean,
It seems
it's-
very
yeah.
meaningless and monotonous to me.
Yeah,
it
it is. I get that. It's also a big, here's the thing about this song. It's kind of a drinking song
Okay.
because I can't tell you how many times I've played a show at a bar and then like when we're done, they start playing music and this comes on and all the drunk people are like, I said, baby, you gotta be the one. So like it falls in line with that,
Oh.
like
So it's like Sweet Caroline.
exactly.
yeah.
It's on that level.
All
of,
right.
but that's
I
not
see that.
Oasis's fault either.
Yeah.
Well, okay,
necessarily,
Sweet
right?
Caroline, hot garbage?
Oh man, only because again, not
No.
Neil Diamond's fault. It's the fans who
It doesn't get old.
overplay it and
It
like
doesn't get old.
yeah.
I don't know.
I
It
think it's
got
hot
old to
garbage.
me.
I think it's hot garbage
doesn't-
actually.
I kind of agree. Yeah, if we're gonna call this hot garbage, I also feel like
all
calling
right,
Sweet
we're gonna
Caroline hot
call it
garbage.
genuine hot garbage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Genuinely
Agreed.
hot garbage.
Agreed.
Yeah,
All right.
totally. Well, this may have been a hit during its time, but how about we talk about today's top hits?
Let's do it.
Cool.
All right, Jack. What do you got for us for today's top hits?
Well, we have the Taylor Swift song All Too Well, but it's not the one from, what was it, 2008, 10, 12?
2012.
Thank you, Hannah.
Thanks, Hannah.
Fact check us more, please. So this is the current version. It's the 10-minute version of the song All Too Well. Taylor Swift. Here it is.
Perfect.
Just to break me like a promise, so casually cruel in the name of being honest. I'm a crumpled up piece of paper lying here, 'cause I remember it all, They say all's well that ends well, but I'm in a new hell every time you double cross my...
You know, I don't know why, but this song reminds me of Hot and Cold.
Hot and Cold by Katy Perry.
The hot and you're cold, you're yes and you're
yeah.
no. I don't know why. Why does it?
It's probably in the same key or something.
Could be.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't know that I respected Taylor Swift so much. Like her songwriting ability and the fact that she uses real instruments. Like
Yeah.
Taylor Swift is out here saving like traditional pop music, I feel
She
like.
is. No, very minimal to no auto tune.
Yep.
Yeah, real instruments,
Clever lyrics.
clever lyrics, well sung,
Yep.
good harmonies, vocal harmonies. That
Absolutely.
are sounding great. Good melodies, catchy yet thoughtful at the same time, which is that's what pop music used to be. You
Yeah.
know?
And
That's
that's
what it
hard
should
to
be.
do.
Yeah.
It's
what it should
catchy,
be.
thoughtful.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I like this song. I think it's got a good beat. It's all those things we just mentioned as well. And you know, like Taylor's out there doing so much more than just this too. She did an NPR Tiny Desk concert. Now, the big artists might look down at like that might be beneath them, not her. You know, I thought that was really cool. It's actually a really good one too.
Tiny Desk should be beneath nobody.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And so she's just like so versatile and prolific. I'm really impressed with her. And I know that's weird to say, like Taylor Swift. Like, there's so many other artists, obviously, that I respect, probably above her, but she's doing it, you know, and that's what we need more of that. That's
Absolutely. And when I listened to this song too, I was like, this is a 10-minute song. Like
crazy,
it felt like a short 10-minute song.
right?
I don't know how else to say it.
It's
like,
unheard of.
There's 10-minute songs by Led Zeppelin, like Achilles' Last Stand,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
feel like 10 minutes or
Yeah,
more.
man. Allman Brothers
know?
had 10, 12, 13-minute songs, like
Dude,
because they were just jamming, you know, and soloing forever.
jamming's fun. I love jamming, but we both know that that's for the musician and not
Yeah,
so much for
it
the
can
audience.
be kind of selfish, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
That's
that's
like
okay.
jazz being a selfish art.
Indulgent art, and it's great. But this is not like that at all. This is like literally this pop song goes on for 10 minutes, and it's like, first of all, 10-minute pop song is not a thing.
Yeah, not in
It's
today's
just
standard.
never really been a thing. I mean,
Yeah.
the closest thing I could think of is like Thriller, like the long version for like where it's like the movie video and everything that they made, you know, that Michael Jackson did. And it was
Yeah.
like, but that was still not really like how this is constructed. It's so different. And so it's unique. I think it's cool.
Absolutely. Justin, what are your thoughts on this song?
Well, it's just pretty enjoyable. But you know who would it be better to listen to and their opinion? Hannah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Speak up, Han.
Hello. Hi, guys.
Hey.
I just want to point out that this song has 6 verses.
That's
Six
actually
verses.
crazy.
That's unheard of.
3 choruses,
Wow.
a bridge, and an outro.
That's great.
Isn't that nuts?
That's insane.
That's quite
Yeah.
a lot.
And I don't know, some of my favorite lyrics. I know, Jack, you read the lyrics, but
No, you go ahead.
my favorite lyric is, and I was never good at telling jokes, but the punchline goes, I get older, but your lovers stay my age.
Ah,
Isn't that
yeah, that's
so
great.
good?
That's nice.
That's
Yeah.
a very intelligent lyric writing.
Calling him out.
Oh, yeah.
Man,
It's so good.
so we get hit with Adele's super thoughtful pop album,
Mm-hmm.
and now we're getting hit with Taylor Swift's like super thoughtful pop album with meaningful lyrics and like,
Oh, yeah.
what's happening? Should I go like play the lottery or something, or like what should I? Yeah, this is crazy. Like that this is happening.
The theme is women are better than men.
Yeah, they are.
in a
I mean,
lot of
that's
ways.
just a fact.
very true.
Definitely in this
stupid.
moment. Yeah, we're dumb.
Thanks, producer Hannah.
Oh, of course. Anytime,
Thank
guys.
you.
Yeah, man. I think it's great. I have nothing against it. I'd probably give it 4.5 out of 5. The whole thing.
Yeah, or a 9 out of 10, right?
There you go. Yeah.
And I believe Taylor wrote all of this, right?
That's great.
She wrote absolutely everything.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Correct me if I'm wrong later on. But anyways, we've talked about people who write their own songs.
Yeah.
How about we talk about people who've written songs for other famous people?
Oh, let's do it.
All right, listeners. So for today's Aftermath topic, as I hinted earlier, we are going to be talking about artists that wrote songs for other artists. And maybe, Justin, could we have you kick this segment off for us, please?
Yes, because it is my favorite song in the world.
Okay.
Manic Monday. Everyone knows the song, right?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, every single melody, harmony, instrument, the choreography, what is it? Choreography?
Choreography.
Yeah, see, I can say it right after I fuck it up a couple times. All written by Prince.
Yeah.
Every single aspect of the song was written by
Just
Prince.
performed by the Bengals.
Yes.
That was it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know, because I remember first hearing that song, I was like, this sounds like a Prince song.
Yeah.
And it is. It's like everything
You're
about
like,
it.
The ladies, she sounds so bad when she sings it.
Susanna Hoffs is
Oh,
like the lead singer.
But why is it so good? Why?
Who knows?
Because
It was written by Prince.
Prince
Yeah,
put his
that's
magic.
true.
I mean, Prince didn't write bad music.
No, he
I
just
mean,
doesn't.
plain didn't. So, I mean, man, he wrote songs for so many artists too.
So many.
I mean, one song of his own, "Nothing Compares to You," was made really even more famous by Sinead O'Connor.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like, it's just like the list of songs that he's written for other artists goes on, and he's also a prominent performing artist too.
Yeah.
Like obviously on his own, he's a
Of
legend.
course. Yeah, he's
One of the greatest of all
absolutely-
time. So yeah, that's a good example.
Right. Okay, Casey, what about some examples that you have?
Well, I'm talking about Pharrell Williams here today because performing artists who write music for other performing artists. This guy, like Prince, has written countless songs for other and albums. I shouldn't even say not just songs, albums.
For 30 years.
And he's produced them. He's written lyrics. He's done everything.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. I was looking at this list and I was like, he wrote Rump Shaker, which came out in like 93. I was in like middle school or something. And he's like, he wrote Rump. Is he even old enough? And then you guys told me he's like 48. I was like, well, yeah, I guess he is.
One of the songs that you picked for That We Adore is written by Pharrell. Shake Your Ass.
Yeah, Shake Your Ass, mystical, man. Like one of my favorite songs, one of my favorite hip hop songs. He wrote even a song that we trashed on once, Hollaback Girl.
Yeah, that one's a disappointment,
Yeah.
Pharrell. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You got a lot of good ones,
can't hit
man.
'em all.
but-
All right,
That's
what
a
about
disappointment.
Hot in Here by Nelly? It's written by Pharrell.
Yep. I mean, Blurred Lines, Robin Thicke, which he sings on most of these.
Yeah.
Which actually they got in some copyright issues for that one.
Yeah, they did.
Like Drop It Like It's Hot. I mean, Snoop Dogg, that was a big hit too.
Big
he wrote
hit.
that too?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, a lot of stuff. Justin Timberlake's first solo album was pretty much all Pharrell.
Yeah.
And then, he
It
did
really
like
was.
Milkshake. He did a bunch of stuff with Britney Spears.
Yep.
Wait, dude, back to Milkshake really quick. I bet that was one of his ones that he was like, oh yeah, take that one. Yeah, do that one. Anyways.
I mean, like we said, he did Hollaback Girl too. So is he perfect? No. But he's pretty good, man. So check out some Pharrell. What do you got for us, Jack?
Well, I mean, who else but Stevie, right? I love Stevie Wonder, of course, and Stevie has written so many amazing tunes, not only for himself, but for other people as well.
Yeah.
How about I just go down a little bit
Let's
of
hear it
list
for you.
here? So, Perfect Angel by Minnie Riperton,
Mm-hmm.
1973. Until You Come Back to Me, Aretha Franklin.
Yep.
I Can't Help It by Michael Jackson, and this is
Yeah.
one of my personal favorites. It's off of the 1979 album Off the Wall by Michael
Great album.
Jackson. And man, well, first of all, upon listening to it, I can go, oh, that's Stevie. Because he has that that bass synth sound like he did in a lot of his albums off of Intervisions.
Right.
Yeah,
Which, by the way, he probably performed a lot of it himself too.
absolutely.
Because he did that a lot, just like Prince, just like Pharrell.
Yep. Stevie is an all-around musical talent, just
Right.
like the both of them are. What else do we have?
One of my favorites that he wrote,
Oh,
Tell
yeah.
Me Something Good.
Oh,
Tell
yeah.
me something good.
Oh, you spoiled the top of my list.
Oh, sorry.
Well, if we're just spoiling lists,
Yeah.
you guys forgot a Pharrell one.
What's that?
What's that?
Sweet Life by Frank Ocean.
Frank Ocean,
My
yeah.
favorite artist of all time.
Seriously, your favorite artist
Yeah,
of all time? That's a
number
bold
one.
statement.
Number one.
I mean,
Wow.
Frank Ocean is pretty talented.
Yeah.
Man.
But I mean, he's no Stevie. Like Stevie's the man. And Pharrell is no Stevie. Prince maybe, but Stevie's a god. You know?
I think they all have their own aspects that make them amazing songwriters. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah, for sure.
Like with Stevie, I feel like it's nothing overdone or underdone. With Prince, it's like flamboyant purple magic.
Bold and
you know what I
like,
mean?
sexy. Yeah.
Absolutely. Pharrell is like,
It's trendy
yeah, trendy, soft spoken.
with a lot of hip hop, more hip hop than say Prince or Stevie.
Well, yeah.
You know, like a lot of R&B and hip hop. I mean, like mystical. Like
Yeah, he wrote for a lot of rap.
yeah,
Just a lot. Yeah.
That's amazing.
I think that's a
mid-90s.
pretty good compilation of songwriters, performing artists who wrote for other artists. Right? I mean,
Some people are born with all the talent, and the rest of us don't get any.
man,
You know what I mean?
I don't know. It's just I would love to see any three. I don't think I've ever seen. No, I saw Prince live once. I should say that. But I'd love to see them all in concert sometime. Stevie, because he's getting up there in age.
Yeah, man.
Pharrell apparently is too. I mean, he's 48.
Yeah, he's 48.
I couldn't
Yeah.
believe that, man. I couldn't believe he was that old.
Well, all right, just a second. A couple more. Sia wrote Diamonds by Rihanna.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yep.
That song is just insane. And then Bruno Mars wrote Forget You by CeeLo Green.
That's surprising. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But after thinking about that, like that makes sense.
Right.
That sounds
Bruno
like
Mars, man, is so talented.
he is.
So
he is,
talented.
man. Off the charts. He's up there in that conversation with the three that we've mentioned. You
right,
know,
correct.
Absolutely.
Correct.
just legendary talent.
And speaking of Forget You, it might be a guilty pleasure in the future, but let's get to guilty pleasures today.
Okay, let's do it. Guilty pleasures.
All right, Jack, what do you got for us for guilty pleasures?
So this week I've brought the song "She Will Be Loved" by Maroon 5. Let's take a listen.
Okay.
You want, yeah. I don't mind spending every day out on your corner in the pouring rain. Look for the girl with the broken smile. Ask her if she wants to stay a while, and she will be loved, and she will be loved, and she will.
Okay. So, I mean, I love Maroon 5. It's a nostalgia pick, you know,
Yeah.
of course. Here's my one justification, my one argument. It's like, this is before they went horrible sellout, like, you know, Sugar, or Here's to the Ones that we got. God,
Here's
I
to
hate
the
those songs, dude. They're so bad. Honestly, it's an insult to the way Maroon 5 used to be. Like,
Sure.
Not Coming Home Tonight.
Oh,
Dude.
what a banger. There's so many on that. Songs for Jane.
Yes.
God, what a great album.
But-
But this is actually my least favorite song on this album, which is interesting
Correct.
because you've chosen it as your guilty pleasure.
I mean, I will guiltily
Guiltily. It
listen
works.
to that. I will guiltily listen to this song, Casey.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You know, it's a nostalgia factor. I like the instrumentation of it.
Sure.
I like the lyrics and chorus, but I mean, I know it's a little bit cheesy and generic.
Very cheesy and generic.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm with you on that, Justin.
She will be loved.
She will be.
She will.
She will. I don't
Seriously.
know. Like the way he delivers it, just for me,
Yeah.
kind of cheesy.
Makes me tear up a little bit.
But I'm also like, in context with the other songs on this album, like that's why this one stands out as extra cheesy to me.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, you know what? You looked past all that, and you know what? I'll give you credit for that, man.
This is like their transition song to their sellout area that you were talking
I
about.
would actually totally agree with that
Yeah.
statement because I think this is where they started to go down that path of, and this song was very popular, like more so than some of their better songs which happens too often.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
you know, what's popular doesn't necessarily represent good music,
Always.
at least
Always.
according to critics. I still think my song is better than yours, though, Casey. Why don't you
Oh.
tell us about it?
Well, huff and puff. The song I've chosen this week is a banger, and it is called "Teenage Dream" by Katy Perry. Let's check it out.
Let's go all the way tonight.
Okay, Casey, explain to me why I know every single lyric to this song. Just explain it. I don't know.
It's super simple. It's
It
extremely
really is.
catchy.
It is.
And it's as I said before, undeniably catchy. You can't help but the other thing is the lyrics aren't complicated. They're not like mumbly and fast. They're
Right.
very clearly stated. There's a little auto-tune on her voice.
Not a little.
A
A
lot.
lot.
Hey, no.
Well,
No, there is.
well, would you describe this as a teenage dream?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. As an adult dream, I guess. I don't know, whatever. But okay, so context. Well, I think I first heard this song. I saw her on Saturday Night Live do it, and she had a live band, and I just like I was digging it, like that guitar, like dun, 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 this like broken up sort of guitar line on a four on the floor kind of groove. And I don't know. Her voice it's a little more serious than some of her other songs, I think. A little more kind of dark, but also super catchy. It's again like Call Me Maybe. It's actually very similar to Call Me Maybe. Like,
Yeah,
Very
absolutely.
similar. Yeah.
I never interpreted it as dark though. I always interpreted it as a like bubblegum, like this
See,
is my teenage
This one I feel,
years.
I guess, against context again, because I think of California Girls, her other big hit off this
Okay.
album, and that is more bubblegummy, like happy on the beach, California, like this content, and like if you watch the video too, it's like I don't know, it's kind of darker, but it's nothing profound, it's nothing super. It's guilty pleasure, okay?
Not like
Yeah.
Lil Nas.
It's not a song I'm gonna say you have to hear this song, Jack. Like it's so good. This whole album, no, it's like
No, I agree.
I don't want people to know that I'm in my car listening to this banging my head. Like I just don't knowing every
bop.
single word.
I'm still somewhat in disbelief, but whatever.
That's my job, man, for this segment. Justin, let's see if you can outdo us. What is your guilty pleasure?
I don't know if I can outdo Katy Perry, but have you guys heard of T Wayne? Not the actual artist T Wayne, because I know there's an actual artist T Wayne, but back in the mid 2010s, Lil Wayne and T-Pain
I was
got
gonna say,
together.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, Can't Believe It by T Wayne. That's my guilty pleasure.
Let's check it out.
She make me feel so good, better than I would by myself or if I was with somebody else. You don't understand. She make the people say yeah, yeah. I can put you in a log cabin somewhere in Aspen. Girl, ain't nothing to the pain, ain't tricking if you got it, what you asking for? Put you in a mansion somewhere in Wisconsin.
Man, I rock out to the song at least once a week.
So,
I'm not even kidding.
If I could just before you start, put you in a mansion in Wisconsin, which is just my new favorite line.
It is, right? It's so it's
Okay, so
sublime, man.
this is T-Pain and Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
He also says the word happening without a single P in the word. Hattening. It's
Hattening.
Hattin.
Let's hat.
It's got the signature T-Pain, auto-tune effect.
Oh, yeah.
It's
not crutch, because
beautiful.
that dude can actually sing.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
But I think this is a better guilty pleasure than last week's pick from you, because
Yeah.
I would feel more guilty about this one.
I do not play this one in the car because I know every single line to this. I sing my heart out on this one. And Lil Wayne, his verse, it wasn't played. And I don't know if the listeners should be edged to go listen to it, because it is just Lil Wayne talking about having sex on a beach. So.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, T-Pain's talking about a similar
But not
kind
in
of
a
thing.
mansion in Wisconsin.
He's going to buy her that because he's a pimp.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's got to have real estate in different states,
Yeah.
like Wisconsin, because it's such an
And then up in
exotic
Canada,
location for getting
and then
busy
out
or
on
whatever.
the beach. And then, yeah.
Mansion
Yeah.
in Wisconsin. Man.
But who's the guiltiest?
I mean,
Let's assess here.
the reaction from Casey when he heard the Wisconsin line. I was
I
not
feel
expecting that, man.
Like, I went into this thinking I definitely got this again.
Me too.
but
So did I.
kind of think Justin is the guiltiest here.
I don't know if I agree. I don't think I agree because
You hate Katy Perry more.
Yeah, and I kind of.
I don't think you should be as guilty about Maroon 5 because that's, like a lot of people like that.
Yeah,
and
but that's a shitty ass.
it is a shit. It is.
It's bad. No, I agree.
My vote is for Justin.
My vote is for you.
Okay.
Am I gonna vote for myself?
You can. You certainly can.
What if I just voted for Jack and it's an all-out tie?
Okay. Hey, then so
Just
be it.
kidding. I'm a narcissist. I'm voting for myself.
Okay, Justin is the Guilty Pleasures winner this week.
Wow. Okay.
Tune in for more
1-1,
Guilty
Casey.
Pleasures, Yeah.
I guess I just don't listen to bad music. That's all.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Prison Mike.
We'll get you.
Oh.
Anyways. So this has been the Cheap Shot Music Podcast.
Download or stream this episode wherever you get your podcasts.
Please leave a like and or a comment on our social medias. It's greatly appreciated.
And thank you everyone for listening.